Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
He said he's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator. He wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
So apparently Diddy's knee has been bothering him recently, so he reported it. At some point, it was decided that he needed medical care outside of the jail, so he was taken.
Diddy Combs, a name long associated with the glitz and glamour of the entertainment world, now finds himself entangled in a legal storm that threatens to dismantle his empire. Yet, while the music mogul faces some of the most serious allegations of his life, his children seem to be living in an entirely different reality, one of luxury, leisure, and limitless spending. The contrast is striking, sparking widespread discussion. As Diddy braces for the biggest battle of his life, his kids are jetting off to exotic destinations, flaunting designer fashion, and indulging in a lifestyle most can only dream of. The stark difference between their carefree extravagance and their father's precarious circumstances feels almost surreal.
Mom has finally spoken out amidst everything that is happening right now. Janice Small Combs provided a statement to some outlets via her attorney. So she starts off by saying it's very heartbreaking to see her son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative
Picture this. Diddy, once a dominant force in the music industry with an unshakable grip and a golden touch, now finds himself behind bars, awaiting trial. The charges against him aren't just serious. They threaten to dismantle everything he has built over decades. Yet, instead of maintaining a low profile or standing by him in solidarity, his family is parading their extravagant lifestyle for the world to see. And make no mistake, this is anything but subtle. From lavish vacations to extravagant shopping sprees, Diddy's children are sparing no expense, documenting every indulgent moment on social media. Take Christian Combs, better known as King Combs, for example. While his father battles mounting legal troubles, Christian has been basking in the sun on pristine beaches and making luxury purchases that scream excess. Recently, he shared Instagram clips of himself enjoying a beach day with his youngest sibling, Sean Combs, who is just 2 years old, but it doesn't stop there. Paparazzi have captured Christian stepping out of an SUV overflowing with shopping bags from high-end brands. He's also been spotted in luxury boutiques, picking up diamond-encrusted watches and designer jackets. To top it all off, his girlfriend, Raven Tracy, has been right by his side, documenting their extravagant getaways, which include camel rides in Mexico, spa retreats, and yacht parties. And through it all, Christian never fails to showcase his signature oversized diamond chain, not so subtle nod to the family's immense wealth.
Tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start this.
But Christian isn't the only one indulging in luxury. The Combs twins, Delilah and Jesse, recently turned heads with their Instagram posts from St. Bart's, where they flaunted matching Christian Dior bikinis. Lounging aboard a sleek yacht, they soaked up the sun and sipped on what appeared to be drinks served in crystal glasses. Their entire aesthetic, opulent and unapologetic, perfectly complemented the extravagant setting. Their social media followers, numbering in the hundreds of thousands, couldn't get enough of the breathtaking backdrop. Crystal clear blue waters, a lavish yacht, and designer swimwear to complete the picture. It looked like a scene straight out of a movie, except for them, this is everyday reality. Then there's Chance Combs, who has been making waves of her own. On Instagram, she recently shared snapshots of a serene horseback ride along a sandy beach, effortlessly exuding both elegance and privilege. With aspirations of becoming an actress, Chance has also been attending amusement parks and high-profile events, all while maintaining a polished and glamorous image. At just 19 years old, she has already mastered the art of showcasing a lifestyle that most people only see in glossy magazines.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
And let's not forget Quincy Combs, Diddy's eldest son, who has also been indulging in some well-earned rest and relaxation. Opting for a beach getaway, Quincy shared snapshots of himself lounging and enjoying the privileges that come with being part of one of the wealthiest families in entertainment. His vibe, relaxed yet effortlessly chic. While Diddy battles his legal troubles, Quincy seems to be embracing the treat yourself philosophy. And who could blame him? With access to private jets and five-star resorts, why not make the most of it? Speaking of private jets, let's talk about the family's travel habits. Diddy's jet has been racking up more air miles than ever, flying his kids to destinations like Hawaii, California, Texas, Florida, Mexico, Italy, and even India. Flight data also shows stops in Ireland, Canada, and St. Martin. And let's not overlook the cost of these luxurious trips. As one insider put it, jet fuel isn't cheap. Every takeoff costs thousands, just for the fuel alone.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
But here's where things take an even more intriguing turn. Sources close to the family claim that the kids aren't just enjoying their father's fortune, they're also handing out cash to their friends. Yes, you heard that right. It's not enough to bask in the glow of their family's wealth. They're reportedly spreading it among their inner circle. When the cat's away, the mice will play, one insider quipped. With him sitting in jail awaiting trial, those kids are doing whatever they want. This carefree attitude hasn't gone unnoticed. In fact, it has sparked a wave of criticism online, with many questioning whether Diddy's children truly grasp the seriousness of his situation. After all, their father's net worth has already taken a major hit. Forbes estimated his fortune at around $400 million last year, a sharp drop from the $740 million he was worth in 2019. And with lawsuits piling up and radio stations pulling his music from playlists, the financial strain is only expected to grow. One source close to Diddy put it bluntly. They're acting like he's already been convicted. They don't seem to realize that this money isn't endless. But are the kids truly oblivious, or are they simply putting on a brave face for the cameras? That's the million-dollar question. What's clear is that their actions are drawing intense scrutiny. The public reaction has been a mix of fascination and outrage. On one hand, there's a morbid curiosity about how the ultra-wealthy live, especially under such extraordinary circumstances. On the other hand, there's growing resentment toward the Combs family for flaunting their privilege while their father faces mounting legal troubles. And the irony is hard to ignore. Diddy, a man who built his empire on a larger-than-life persona, and the infamous mantra, "can't stop, won't stop," now finds himself unable to control his own narrative. He's stuck behind bars, his reputation hanging by a thread, while his children continue living in the lap of luxury. It's a stark reminder that even among the ultra-rich, family dynamics can be complicated, and loyalty isn't always guaranteed. For now, the Combs family seems content to ride this wave of extravagance despite the storm brewing on the horizon. But how long can this last? Will the growing legal and financial pressures force them to reevaluate their priorities? Or will they continue living in their bubble, shielded from the harsh reality facing their father?
Kind of crazy, like I said before, they said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this.
As this unfolding drama takes yet another turn, one can't help but ask, is their extravagant lifestyle a form of escapism, or is it a calculated move to divert attention from the scandal? And when the dust finally settles, what, if anything, will remain of the Combs family legacy? Hold on to those questions because there's still much more to unpack regarding Diddy's legal battles and the far-reaching effects they're having on his family, while the lavish lifestyles of Diddy's children continue to make headlines and flood social media feeds. There's an unsettling undercurrent beneath all the glitz and glamour. The family may be projecting an image of carefree indulgence, but the reality is that Diddy's legal troubles are casting a long and ominous shadow. And now it's not just him in the spotlight. The allegations against the music mogul are far from ordinary. They've already begun to ripple through his inner circle, pulling some of his children into the fray. The family dynamic is becoming increasingly complicated, and the question everyone is asking is, how much longer can the Combs clan keep up appearances before the weight of these accusations comes crashing down?
We're not done, and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off them.
Omar claims she was simply doing her job, providing dinner and drink service on the yacht, when Christian allegedly crossed the line. According to her complaint, he boarded the boat heavily under the influence and pressured her to join in on the festivities. She has also provided what she claims are audio recordings from that night, reportedly capturing her repeatedly refusing his advances. In one recording, she can allegedly be heard saying, "I have to go back to work," while Christian insists she stay with him. If these recordings are verified, they could add significant weight to her case. But it doesn't end there. Omar alleges that Christian's behavior escalated later in the evening, culminating in an incident that left her visibly distressed. Her complaint includes photos of bruising, which she claims were caused by the encounter. She says she reported the incident to the yacht's captain the next day, but her concerns were met with disbelief and inaction. According to Omar, not only was her complaint dismissed, but she also faced retaliation that eventually led to her losing her job. She describes the emotional toll of the experience as immense, saying she has struggled with anxiety, sleeplessness, and other lasting effects from that night.
Investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
Christian's legal team has vehemently denied the allegations, calling them baseless and an attempt to capitalize on the broader scandal surrounding his father. However, the timing of the lawsuit is significant. It comes at a moment when the Combs family is already under intense scrutiny. This raises questions about whether Christian's behavior may have been influenced by his father's lifestyle. After all, Diddy himself has long been accused of fostering an environment where excess and indulgence weren't just encouraged, but expected. Meanwhile, Diddy's own legal troubles continue to escalate, and the situation is nothing short of explosive. Federal agents have raided his properties in both Los Angeles and Miami, reportedly seizing items that could serve as evidence in ongoing investigations. These weren't routine searches. They were described as highly coordinated operations involving multiple agencies. While Diddy maintains his innocence, the sheer scale of these investigations suggests that authorities are leaving no stone unturned. Among the items reportedly seized were electronic devices and other materials that could potentially corroborate the allegations against him.
All the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
What's particularly unsettling is how these allegations have begun to blur the lines between Diddy's personal and professional lives. Reports suggest that some of his business associates have also been implicated, raising questions about whether this is a case of individual misconduct or something more systemic. The growing number of lawsuits and testimonies paint a picture of a culture of excess and entitlement, one that seems to have influenced every corner of Diddy's world. This brings us to his children and their role in the unfolding scandal. While Christian is the only one currently facing legal action, the entire family has been thrust into the spotlight. Their public statements in support of Diddy have sparked mixed reactions. On one hand, their loyalty is understandable. This is their father, and they are standing by him in a time of crisis. But on the other hand, their unwavering support has been criticized as tone-deaf, given the severity of the allegations. Their public declaration of unity with Diddy has been seen by some as an attempt to shift attention away from the more troubling aspects of the case.
Anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
That tarnished image. The once glorified Combs empire, built on a foundation of music, fashion, and influence, now faces a crisis unlike any before. As Diddy's trial looms in May, the stakes couldn't be higher. If convicted, the consequences won't just affect him. They could send shockwaves through his family, stripping them of the wealth and status they've long enjoyed. Even if he is acquitted, the damage to his reputation may be irreparable. The lavish lifestyle his children continue to flaunt only intensifies the scrutiny. While some see them as victims of circumstances beyond their control, Others view their actions as a glaring display of privilege and detachment from reality. So, what happens next? Can the Combs family weather this storm and rebuild their legacy? Or will they become yet another cautionary tale of how power and influence can crumble under the weight of scandal? Only time will tell.
Everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. You know, in a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution, because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
But here's where things get even more intriguing. Sources close to the family claim that Diddy's kids aren't just living lavishly, they're also handing out cash to their friends. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently basking in the glow of their father's fortune isn't enough. They're spreading the wealth among their inner circle. When the cat's away, the mice will play, one insider quipped. With Diddy waiting in jail for his trial, his kids are doing whatever they want. This carefree attitude has sparked a wave of criticism online, with many questioning whether Diddy's children truly grasp the gravity of his situation. After all, their father's net worth has already taken a significant hit. According to Forbes, his fortune was estimated at around $400 million last year, a sharp decline from the $740 million he was worth in 2019. And with lawsuits piling up and radio stations pulling his music from playlists, the financial strain is only expected to grow. A source close to Diddy put it bluntly. They're acting like he's already been convicted. They don't seem to realize that this money isn't endless. But are the kids truly oblivious? Or are they simply putting on a brave face for the cameras? That's the million-dollar question. What's clear is that their actions are raising eyebrows, and public reaction has been a mix of fascination and outrage. On one hand, there's a morbid curiosity about how the ultra-rich handle scandal. On the other, there's growing resentment toward the Combs family for flaunting their wealth, while their patriarch faces intense scrutiny. And let's not forget the irony. Diddy, a man known for his larger-than-life persona and his can't, stop, won't stop mantra, now finds himself unable to control his own narrative. While he sits behind bars, his reputation hanging by a thread, his children are out living their best lives. It's a stark reminder that even in the world of the ultra-wealthy, family dynamics can be complicated, and loyalty isn't always guaranteed. For now, the Combs family seems content to ride this wave of luxury, despite the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. But how long can this charade last? Will mounting legal and financial pressures force them to reevaluate their priorities? Or will they continue to live in their bubble of privilege, insulated from the harsh realities facing their father? Only time will tell.